One of the most powerful budgeting tips is to track your spending, and that helps you get the most out of your money. When you track every dollar, this provides valuable information about your financial obligations and about your spending habits. You could even track it down to the penny if you want to be more precise. There are lots of budgeting apps that make this process very simple. But we can apply the same principle when we're budgeting our time. If we want to get the most out of our time, then an important part of our time budget is to track how we are spending our time. Where are those hours going? Where are the minutes going? Do you even remember what you spent your time on yesterday? It can be really unsettling to not even remember what you did the day before. It doesn't make you feel very fulfilled or very productive. You wonder if you really accomplished anything important at all, or if you were just passing time. Well, this is where time tracking comes into play. Time tracking is powerful. Honestly, time tracking is the secret sauce in a time budget. We're going to look at time tracking and what it means, and also at 4 powerful benefits that you receive when you start tracking your time. And in a following video, we'll look at exactly how to do it. The first benefit that you get from tracking your time is that you optimize your focus. How many would like to have more focus in your day? To be able to concentrate better, to really give 100% when you're working on a project, to not be sidetracked by distractions or interruptions? Well, time tracking pushes you to do something important with each hour, because you know you're going to write down what you did in your time tracker. So you want to have something to write down. The goal is to not have any block of time in your working day hours that is not accounted for. It's really a self-accountability habit. You know, if you're at a job where you have to punch a clock for the time you arrive, the time you leave, it's kind of like doing that for yourself. You're going to use your time tracker when you start work in the morning, when you clock in, and you're going to keep track of what you do throughout the day, because this will keep you from wasting time on unimportant things. It will keep you from giving into distractions that are unnecessary. It will help you stop getting derailed by social media, going down rabbit trails. It's really going to help you focus on what you're supposed to be working on the important project that you decided to tackle. And so when you optimize your focus, it really helps you to stay motivated, because you see how much you're accomplishing and how you're accomplishing it quicker than usual, because you're giving it your full attention. You are completely concentrating. You're completely focused. So this is one of the benefits of tracking your time. The second benefit of tracking your time is that it improves your life balance. So when we talk about life balance, we're talking about the various facets of our life, our various roles, the things that are important. We want to make sure that we're not lopsided or going to an extreme in one area. So time tracking your work helps you to make sure that you're working the right number of hours a week. Now, what is the right number of hours a week? That's for you to decide. But once you decide, you need to respect those limits. And so when you start tracking your time, it's going to help you either reduce or expand the number of your working hours, depending on your needs, depending on the season you're in. Now, I've used this both ways. I've used time tracking to force myself to work less. For example, when I was doing my doctorate and I had so many other responsibilities, I found myself working way too many hours a week. So I started time tracking, and that helped me to be more aware of what I was doing and how many hours I was working. And I used it to move myself in the direction of working fewer hours per week. And I've also used it to motivate myself to work more hours when I was getting distracted and not really being productive with my time. So a time tracker can help you achieve the right number of working hours for your season in life. And the other way it helps you with life balance is that it ensures that you're giving enough time to your various priorities and your various roles. You know, we do have a tendency to use up our time on one particular role and rob the others. And so we realize later that we've fallen behind in some areas because we were concentrating on one specific area. Well, a time tracker can help you with that. A time tracker can help you get your roles and priorities into balance. And it will help you redirect when maybe you've fallen out of balance because of a big project that took more time than you expected, or it was due and you had to work on it and the other things didn't get done. Time tracking is really going to help you improve your life balance. When you can keep your working hours inside the certain box that you said it was going to be, then you have time for family and friends and hobbies and just time for life. So time tracking helps you improve your life balance. A third benefit of time tracking is that it increases your awareness. So sometimes we don't remember what we did the day before or the week before, but time tracking will help you know exactly what you've accomplished, what project steps you completed, what routine tasks you got done, and meetings that you've had. It's all going to be tracked there in your time tracker. So this can help you keep moving forward toward your goals, because when we set goals at the beginning of a quarter, for example, we need a reminder to keep working on them, because often we have projects that have large pieces or several steps. They're not going to be done in a single day. They need regular time spent on them. So when we do time tracking, it helps us be aware of exactly where we are in our progress towards accomplishing a certain goal or project. Another way that time tracking helps our awareness is it reminds us to celebrate our accomplishments. So instead of just finishing something and jumping right into the next thing, we can take a pause to celebrate the fact that we completed it. And that's going to help our motivation as well. The other way it increases our awareness is it makes us feel productive. We see exactly what we've accomplished. It's right there in our time tracker. And it gives us this feeling like, wow, my day actually counted for something. I'm getting something done. I feel very productive. It also provides awareness in the sense that it's going to give you data that you can use to estimate time you need for future projects. And that's really important because it will keep you from overcommitting. Sometimes we're too optimistic and we say yes to too many things because in our mind we think, I can do it, I'll find the time. But when we track our time, we have real data, and that helps us to know exactly what is possible with our time, and it keeps us from overcommitting and then not being able to meet our deadlines. The final benefit I want to talk about in regards to time tracking is that it allows you to enjoy your downtime. When you've achieved the working hours that you set for the day, it's time to quit working. And you know what? You can do that without any guilt because you've had a productive day. You can look at your time tracker and see, yep, I put my time in. I know exactly what I did. It's time to stop working. So you don't need to feel that you need to work in the evenings. You can spend time relaxing or with friends and family, and you won't feel that pressure that, oh, I've got to get something else finished. I've got to get something else finished. Because in your time tracker, you've completed the tasks that you had in your time budget for the day, so there's no need to keep working. You've finished what had to be done today to meet your deadlines, and you know that the other things already have a slot on another day or in another week. So, no pressure, you can relax. And on the weekends, you don't need to feel like you have to keep working. You know, sometimes we can fall into the trap of being a workaholic, and we just think, oh, I should do that, I should do this, when maybe it's time to just relax because we've worked really hard this week and it's time to just take some time for ourselves. So on Saturdays, if you want, you can just putter around the house, do little projects, whatever you want, without being on a time schedule. So when we're talking about time tracking, we're talking about time tracking your working hours, not your whole life. And so it allows you the freedom that when you've finished your work, you could spend time with people, you could spend time alone, whatever you need to do to recharge. So we have looked at 4 powerful benefits that you receive when you track your time. The first was that you optimize your focus. You're able to give your full attention to the project that you've decided you need to be working on right now. The second is that you improve your life balance. You get rid of those extremes where one aspect of your life is just taking over and robbing the time you should be spending on the rest. You also increase your awareness. You know what you've accomplished. You know where you're at in progressing towards your goals. You stop to celebrate accomplishments and you feel productive. And also, you enjoy your downtime. When you have finished your work, you can truly relax because you know there's no need to keep working. You've done what you planned to do, and it's time to relax. So I have a question for you. Do you know exactly where your time went last week? Feel free to comment below. Do you know exactly where your time went last week? Be sure to get your free time tracker by clicking the link below in the comments, and stay tuned for more videos in this series about time tracking.